Compared to COD, it will not kill COD, right? Because I see people talking about. I've seen people talking about how even before XDefiant dropped, right? This is also like a year ago, right? It was before MW3 dropped, right? MW2 was one of the worst Call of Duties ever made. I would say Vanguard is better than MW2, and that says a lot because Vanguard was terrible. But Call of Duty, they came back with MW3. I know some people might hate on it and stuff, but the multiplayer is way better than the past 2 to 3 Call of Duties. Cold War was good. Cold War and MW 2019 was good, but MW3 just hit it spot on for me. A bunch of content every single season, a bunch of events, camos, challenges to do, grind for, and stuff like that. So much stuff to do. Zombies, prestige camo as well. Mastered camo. And even right now, they just added a prestige camo for every single gun in MW2 and MW3. So they keep adding to it, which is good. I really like it. What else? It won't kill COD. COD is a lot of people were leaving COD in MW2 because MW2 was just bad. Like they just gave up on the COD, and you could tell that they just didn't care about it. And then they made MW3, which MW3 was just amazing, right? And so XDefiant was talked about like taking over COD when MW2 was out, but then MW3 came out, and it kind of shocked a lot of people because they thought MW3 was gonna flop and just sell. But it's actually doing really good. What else? XDefiant, they took too long. I'm gonna say this right now. They took a long time to drop the game. Like this was supposed to drop, I think, like months ago, like a long time ago. I'm saying like around Christmas, it was talked about dropping, and it didn't drop. They kept dropping these like test servers and stuff like that, which I understand. You know, the development of a game could have problems, but they just kept promising like certain drops, but then they would ghost us, and they wouldn't talk or update the community. Really, they would hardly do it. What else? XDefiant's good. It is a really good 6v6. All the guns are balanced. They're fun to use. Of course, some of the characters could take could have like a little tweak like on specific things, but the characters, the guns are amazing. But I will say for the casuals that want to play the game and just have fun and just game, they're gonna love this game, right? But I would say for the people that want to grind and chase something, whether it's leaderboards, camos, character skins, right? Like BO3, I'm reminding, kind of looking back on BO3 because this feels BO3. You know, you have the abilities, the operators, you have the specific abilities, tacticals, and of course, like you have like the normal guns, right? I would say that they should do what BO3 did, where you have challenges for every single character, and you could grind a bunch of skins. You know what I mean? Like for the casuals, they're gonna love this game, but for the people that want more than just to log on and play, to more or less grind for something, they have to make something for those people as well. I mean, you could say that the 3 camos for leveling up your gun is technically a grindable thing, but there has to be more than that, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's fun grinding for multiple things at once, a character skin and also maybe a calling card. You know, it's fun to do that stuff. So I'd say that they have to add stuff for those people as well. We've seen ranked play is being talked about right now because they are talking about dropping it. But I would say they need to add something a little bit more to hook more than just casual players and people that just log on to play. They definitely need to add something for people that grind, and also for people that do want competitive, which they are working on the competitive aspect, but they do got to add more stuff for people that want to grind something. The challenge completers, basically the completionists, they got to add something for those people. The SBMM, by the way, how there's no SBMM is amazing. I really like it. Call of Duty should be doing it, because Call of Duty, they have crazy SBMM and casual for both multiplayer and Warzone, and it's honestly what ruins the fun in a lot of Warzone matches for me, because like a lot of TikTokers, a lot of players come out and say that they do use a VPN, or they do use like a bot account, they like join it and stuff like that. There's a bunch of people that talk about it and come out about it on Twitter and stuff like that, or also just some of the players that just end up getting leaked and basically caught cheating, right? Or using some type of, like, whether it's a VPN or using a bot account to get easier lobbies. I can understand, because I don't do that stuff, but I play casual all the time on Warzone and multiplayer, and it's horrific the amount of lobbies that I get that are just full of tryhards. There's maybe 1 or 2 games where they're like that is chill. I know people might be like, oh, it's a skill issue, blah blah blah. No, I mean, if you're running into 4 stacks that know the entire map, right? 4 stacks that know the map. They're good at comms. They're good at recoil. They're good at accuracy and everything like that, right? Like movement and stuff. They're gonna destroy you. Like, it doesn't matter if you're the best player in the world. They're gonna destroy you. 4 versus 1, or even if it's you and a whole entire team. If your whole entire team ain't educated or has played as much as those players, or given the amount of time, right? The same amount of time as those tryhards, right? Quote unquote. Then you're gonna obviously lose that fight. And it's in a lot of games, you know. And like, I would say comp and Warzone, right? Because I was playing competitive, like I was playing ranked Warzone, right? I flew through the ranks to diamond in a day, like it was really nothing. I'm saying, like, I was dropping 20, 25 kill games. I even dropped like a 30 kill game, and like, this was on stream as well. I wasn't using no bot account or anything like that, but I will say ranked is easier than their casual playlist, which that's terrible. Ranked is easier than normal casual Warzone matches, and that's terrible to have. And they tend to ignore the community when they say this, but if enough people talk about it, they might be able to remove it. But they need to get, but that's what the good thing about XDefiant is there is no SVMM unless it's in ranked, which is amazing. I'm petting my dog right now. He's being a turd ball. So I would say XDefiant's in a really good spot. It's its own game, so people shouldn't be comparing it to Call of Duty. It's its own game. Of course, it's an FPS, but I would say they're doing really good things, and Call of Duty should take an eye or a witness to what they're doing. I know that they blocked XDefiant on Twitter, which is kind of funny, because it is made by an ex-Call of Duty dev, which I could see why he left. Call of Duty fell off. Call of Duty started focusing more on the transactions more for a long time. I know MW3 came out and it's doing really good, but for a long time, for a good amount of years, they were only focused on the transactions, nothing else. And now they're doing good. So I would say XDefiant is a game that a lot of people should take notice of and also try out. You know, I know there's a bunch of people like roasting it and like saying it's a bad game. Go lay down. Saying it's a bad game, but those are just the Call of Duty people coming on that hit on a game. They said on day one that the game was terrible and then it's a bad game and stuff like that. On day one of launch, even for Call of Duty, they had a bunch of bugs, right? Even for like new Call of Duty seasons, there's a ton of bugs that come out. So it's just people hating on the game. XDefiant is doing really good for it just coming out literally like 3 days ago, I think. So it's doing amazing, and I'm more than happy to keep playing the game. Of course, they need to add more, like I said, add more stuff to do, right? I'm a completionist, and I'm also really good at the game. I feel like at times I'm really good at FPS games. But I would say they need to make something for completionists, you know, more stuff to do. And of course, it's only day 4, day 3, but that's just my honest thoughts. I think XDefiant's in a good spot. You know, there's of course some characters that need to be tweaked, but they're in definitely a better spot than Call of Duty did the 3 to 4 past years that they've dropped the game. MW3 is doing good, but XDefiant is in a really good spot for them, this being their first game. And it's owned by Ubisoft. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that are like scared that Ubisoft is going to ruin XDefiant, right? I don't even think Ubisoft has a high, like, of course, like, yeah, they might have a good portion of it, right? They might be able to assist the game, right, with servers and stuff like that. But I would say Mark Rubin probably has a lot of say in what happens to the game, and I think it's going to be a good game. I think XDefiant's in a good spot. They just need to keep at it, and they need to keep adding stuff to it, and just keep at it. Content, make a bunch of stuff for content creators. You know, like Call of Duty, it's fun and everything like that, but it's hard to make a video on challenges when you're having to sweat 24/7, and it has to basically be like a ranked match. All right, so XDefiant, just make a bunch of stuff for content creators as well and streamers to go ahead and make videos on, because the videos themselves will also promote the game in some aspect for people to get on and try this gun that maybe it's broken, or maybe it's this new character is overpowered, or maybe this camo challenge came out and people don't know about it, you know. So I would say XDefiant's solid, you know. I would give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. And MW3 I would say is a 8 out of 10 as well, so that's really good. I would say the past Call of Duties that have come out, Vanguard, MW2, 3 to 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 for MW2, and then 3 or 4 out of 10 for Vanguard. those are my honest opinions on XDefiant compared to Call of Duty. But if you just compare XDefiant to its own little category, it's doing amazing. Of course, there's gonna be bugs when a new game comes out, so I don't know why everybody's hating on the game. Not everybody, but there's a good portion of people just like talking crap about it. But I would say it's a good game, and they're doing good for it. They're doing really good right now.